Good afternoon and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Prashansa Singh and I handle client relationship at Conexaren Technologies Pte Limited. This is based out of Noida and headquartered in Singapore. Today we are presenting on the topic how technology innovated itself to become an enabler for schools during COVID-19. Now, before we start, I would request you all to put yourself on mute so that we can avoid the background disturbances. Okay. Thank you. Now, as you all know, the coronavirus outbreak has evidently been a sledgehammer blow to our global economy. This pandemic has left stock markets to bleed. It has hampered the supply chains and triggered a slowdown amounting to massive losses. The lockdowns, which are a key enabler of social distancing, have challenged the business as usual sentiment and forced the industries to reimagine, respond, and recover. The education sector in particular has been the first of first to bolster its digital forms of engagement and reveal innovations to meet the changing needs. As the virulent spread of this coronavirus continued, a series of announcements have been made to completely shut down schools, colleges, universities, coaching institutes, and other educational establishments across the globe in order to force social distancing and stop human-to-human contamination. The action, however, has put millions of students at the risk of study loss, and they are left with no resources that can help them continue to learn. Let me tell you that as per a UNESCO report, about 1.54 billion children are estimated to get affected due to this COVID-19 closures, and over 111 million girls across the least developed countries happen to be the biggest losers. Well, these large numbers are feared to lose months of learning, and even if the situation gets behind us, the cost of bringing these students back on the track will actually go up sharply. From the business perspective, if we see, these closures have created tremendous financial pressure on the incumbents, endangering their continuity. With no revenue coming into the schools and the colleges, what will happen? They will eventually be forced to roll out pay cuts for teachers and professors on their chopping block, a scenario that will contribute to the global surge in unemployment claims. Now, I would focus on the point that while the COVID-19 situation has hit some uncomfortable chords, it has also created a ripple effect leading to education innovation. Faced with these disruptions, the digital transformation in the education industry has picked a new momentum and it has started to blur the traditional lines. Since the traditional methods of learning have failed to endure the wave of change understandably, the academic institutions have turned to digital mediums to stay active on the ground. Though I would say that it's too early to decide how substantial the results are, the signs suggest that the pandemic has actually led to the digitalization of the industry, which is set to meet an unprecedented success. So I would definitely like to emphasize on the fact that the education industry has relatively been slow in adapting to digital disruption. With the century-old lecture-based approaches, the outmoded classrooms which we have, and an entrenched resistance which eliminate the institutional biases, they have actually been far from being the front runners of change. However, this COVID-19 event, I must say, has raised the red flags for these industries, and it has actually pushed them to digital innovation 3.0. I would hereby want to focus on how the education sector is actually responding to this new reality and addressing the value chain risks. The very first of all being the culture of learning anywhere, anytime. This culture is actually gaining ground everywhere. If we talk about the lockdowns have actually left millions of students stranded. And a growing percentage of the academic institutions are fostering a culture of digital learning. If you talk about the online classes are using video conferencing tools that have become the most viable solution to ensure an uninterrupted flow of education. Many schools and colleges have built intranet systems. They have enabled a shift towards video-based lectures to provide learning at home. Moreover, this pandemic-led barrier has prompted the educational institutions to use asynchronous learning programs. To name a few, the discussion boards, the digital library, aiming to help students interact with online content, albeit in the absence of a facilitator. I talk about the edtech firms. These edtech firms actually are growing in popularity these days. While we all know that these edtech firms have struggled in the past to gain traction in the markets, particularly with the industry's predisposition towards traditional in-classroom approaches. However, if I talk about COVID-19, it has actually caused the academic institutions to shut down. But the edtech players like us, they are set for an inevitable boom today. In just a matter of weeks, we have seen many edtech firms aggressively seizing the opportunity and bagging new customers by offering free access to their content platforms. They're increasingly making use of interactive applications to ensure massive engagement in live streaming classes and providing online tutorials. And they're innovating around different virtual measures. Why all of this? All of this just to ensure their position as a bankable alternative for learning at scale. Now I would like to focus on the third one, which is the exams and evaluations. The exams and evaluation section has actually been intelligized. We talk about the role of online learning solutions in conducting these exams and assessing the students. They have always remained a point of contention because of their ability to, less ability to minimize errors and the biases. Time and again, the experts have spoken about how these digital platforms actually miss the mark when it comes to ensuring fair conduct of examinations. However, with this online pedagogy on the rise amidst this COVID-19, several platforms which are powered by the new age digital technologies have actually come to the light and actually squaring up to the challenge. If we talk about the new automated online proctoring systems, the assessment solutions, they are really helping the teachers to create online assessments, give the tests in variety of formats, including skills testing, including multiple choice questions, typing questions, essay questions, the aptitude based, and many more. They also allow to use audio visual analytics and suspicious browsing activities. These activities actually get recorded during the exams, and these platforms can also monitor conscious and unconscious movements and also the posture of the students, which spot the anomalies in a snap. And they immediately warn or block the candidate. They avoid fraudulent activities to ensure a cheat-proof process. Isn't it really innovative? Now, as far as impersonation is concerned, they have built-in facial recognition technologies, which actually authenticates the candidate and provides a confidence score to indicate the right match. Now, there are scenarios wherein certain variations are recorded. In those scenarios, the systems are actually so powerful that they can quickly respond by restricting the access, and they safeguard the integrity of the test. Though I must say that the online proctoring solutions have been around for a while, but mostly they have been a victim of neglect till date. But in this world hit by COVID-19 lockdowns, these platforms are actually experiencing an uptick in the market engagement. And they have also found themselves an active role in strengthening the field of digital learning. Last but not the least, I would like to bring focus on another point that in this wake of COVID-19 and the subsequent closures which are happening, the teachers have ended up facing the immediate need of conducting online classes for the homebound students. However, a key issue at hand was their digital skills shortage that could potentially hold back the promise of digital learning. Fortunately, I must say that the education institutions today are actually quick enough to think, quick enough to act, and accelerate their efforts to give their workforce, their teachers, skills to adapt to the new dynamics of work. At present, if I talk, there are millions of students, millions of schools and colleges which are using a range of online solutions, learning solutions, in fact, to upskill their professors, their teachers, and actually empower them, empower their roles in sustaining the education system. There are actually many, in fact, I can't even count. There are many digital training sessions which are happening on daily basis. The workshops, webinars, they're actually being conducted and organized to keep the faculties up to the speed and help them ensure the continuity of learning in every possible way. The teachers and the school administrators are actually being encouraged to use real-time communication tools for information sharing and for enabling the relationship continuity with the parents. The counseling sessions have also been prioritized, which are actually instilling the confidence in teachers and actually empowering them to make a seamless transition from the chalkboard to digital screens, which in turn is helping them feel secure in the new environment and hence slimming the digital divide. Now, without further ado, I'll turn the time over to Ms. Kritika Shukla, who is our business unit head for Elite suite of education products, Elite SIS and Elite BAM. Kritika Shukla has been working with APAR for past 10 years. She's one of the strongest pillars of the organization and is a key member of the management. Kritika, an MBA herself, has proved her mettle in providing the sales and management support in several of the international projects of SME domain and have organization broad experience of all the products APAR is offering to the industry. Today, we're glad to have her here and she will be talking about why video conferencing solution is the in-demand thing for the schools. Before we start, just a little of housekeeping. That if you have any questions during the session, please do not hesitate. Type them in the question answer panel, which is there in the chat window. We'll all bring them up during the end of the session. We have a question answer slot which has been set up. So we'll take up all of those questions there. All right. Thank you for the patience. Over to you, Kritika.
Thanks a lot, Prashansa, for such a wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Kritika and welcome to today's webinar. So I will also be sharing my presentation. Just a moment, please. So I would really like to thank you guys for taking the time out and being here today. So to start with, I have almost spent a decade in understanding technology for education. With my main focus has been on generating high quality solutions which could fulfill the needs of each and every education institution there is. So the topic that I am going to speak about today is, as you can see in the screen as well, why video conferencing solution is in demand thing for schools. So have you guys ever thought of searching this term online? Well, I did, and when I searched, I can tell you I got multiple white papers, theory, documents, etc., available on the subject, and I can really say it was a lot to take in. So if you guys have searched this online, you must be thinking, what I'm going to tell you here today will be any different? Well, trust me, it is, which I'm going to explain through this webinar today. Now, video conferencing might be a very known phenomena, but as per me, it is a very misunderstood technology. First, a lot of people think that video conferencing solution can exist without a proper student management in place. Well, theoretically, yes, it could be possible, but practically, is it right? Are we sure we are doing the right thing by implementing a solution which has no proper base at the back end? Well, the myth of a student management system being an independent system is stopping schools and colleges implement the right solution and get the maximum advantage out of the technology. So when we talk about student management, we think we are only talking about students and management of their information, but in reality, it is much greater and bigger concept. This is about the whole ecosystem that we are talking about here. The ecosystem which, along with the students' self-growth, is also responsible for their future and learning, which, well, can be either in the form of courses or it can also be in the form of self-choice. So if I think as a parent, which I actually am, I can totally relate to the scenario today. Well, I want my child to be able to dream, you know. So my expectation is that after a certain time, he should be able to take his own decisions in life, or he should be knowledgeable enough to know what to dream for. And at least, you know, he should have a natural learning path for his future, right? I mean, a very personalized, unique path to ensure that all his strong points are considered in taking the decision that he took. Now, this dream we are talking about can be infused by introducing him to idols, and which by idols necessarily I do not mean legends. They can also be real life idols, or it might be a guided future, but he should be able to have access to such intelligent assessment and information that brings justice to his natural, what do you say, natural ability of growth. And when I think of all what I just said, I see no tool, honestly, no tool sitting today can really tell me if the kid is ready to perform on the expectations that either are set for him or are set by himself. Now, we might have case studies, data points, patterns online, all we can search for, but there is no tool which is actually putting this intelligence and assessment together in a single fold. Now, if you are an educator, you must be thinking, if you have hands on this tool, you can do wonders, basically, which enables you to assess each of your students personally based on years of data and parameters. So you might think, where is lack in the system? So any new technology which needs to emerge and come in appearance down the line actually has all what is required right here, but nobody is packaging it right. So we thought it's time to create something new. A new which fits in the requirement of today, where the student might not even be in front of the teacher physically, but would be present virtually. So teachers still have a very important role to play in a student's life. While the mere thought of this looks exciting, think of how much this is going to help your students. And of course, every teacher dreams of students emerging to the top of the chain in the fields they want to be present in. So let's come back to the topic we started with. Student information system traditionally is about storing data about students, their library transactions, including registration information, fee payment, and management of results, examinations, etc. So this looks like a lot, but in reality, the student information is only limited to the guided progress and figures, which is shown by all the conventional systems available today. So they are more concerned on how student performs on the scale of 1 to 10, and it is pretty much similar for all the classes and groups of batches, if you ask me. So it tends towards comparative progress and comparison analysis of the students in the present lot. The systems available today are not tailored to show the natural progress of a student. Now you must be thinking, what is guided progress or what is natural progress of a student? So let's not give too much of a thought on this and just think of a simple case where you as a teacher or the education system owners are setting up an agenda for the student to follow. So when you are setting up an agenda for the student to follow, then it falls under guided progress, which is what typically all the schools are following these days. Natural progress is much more evolved as a process. Well, it is due to the fact that it lets students express and manage self-learning outcomes with proper supervision from the stakeholders. So natural progress is much more important in shaping a life of an individual in today's world. So how to mitigate this and reach the natural progression of a student? So now let's discuss and think about these 4 buzzwords being part of the conventional system today. First is AI, second is IoT, third is intelligent assessment, fourth is business analytics. Now AI, which is artificial intelligence, it is basically to analyze and put in the right natural rules, which would basically help system users, students, and the stakeholders involved to get the desired information without making any effort, and which in turn will help them plan better. Secondly, IoT, which is Internet of Things, is the non-intrusive way where the sensors, over a period of time, learn to provide enough data to make the AI component more intelligent. Now third is intelligent assessment. This is not typically from the course material or the theory as we call it, but it is based on the natural application of the material that is being taught in the curriculum. Now this is a very powerful member for deciding the learning outcomes. So as the better and intelligent your assessment is, better the working of the AI on the data would be, and ultimately better the learning outcomes would be. So lastly, business analytics, perhaps this is the most widely misused word, but introduction is self-explanatory. So without an intelligent business analytics, the important part of the stakeholders called as management, well, would never be able to make an intelligent decisions on taking the right call at the right time. And now think of all of this to be able to apply on each and every student individually. Well, this is the dream realization that I'm getting into the market with Elite SIS and its online enablement kit. So moving on to my next slide, which will basically give you an idea about the product offerings that we have. On top of it is Elite SIS, which of course after a 2.5 years of journey approximately has given a fresh look at the system for managing students and their relationships. The fresh look and the strong feature list of the system makes it one of the unique systems available in the market today. Of course, we are not talking about custom built applications being converted to a product, but talking about a conventionally built product on the platform ready to use. So we have a complete suite of products, be it the SIS part of the solution, ERP part to provide HR, payroll and management, and then we also have a comprehensive payment platform called UPP, which helps students and parents manage the fee schedule, and payment of the fee of the student. So apart from our core strength, which I just mentioned, we also have LMS, Learning Management System, assessments, and which is highly configurable business processes bundled up in one solution. Not only this, we also have the uniqueness of harnessing all the three clouds presented by Microsoft. Now the three clouds are namely Office 365 Cloud, then there is Dynamics Online Cloud, and then we have Azure as well. So this makes our system a complete cloud offering, conforming to what the current trends are looking up to. So based on Dynamics 365 platform and enhanced by Power BI, Microsoft Teams, and sentimental analysis tools, Elite SIS is a one-stop solution for each and every need of an institution. Now, when we started with putting one single module to colleges in different countries, and then gradually we took up setting their whole environment with our complete suite of products and provide the maximum benefits that they could. Now with more than 23 modules working seamlessly together and platform which could perform nanosecond operations on billions of data stored, well, we strive to do the best every time and over again. And also when it comes to being recognized and awarded globally, we also have been published in the Marketing Guide for CIOs in Education by Gartner for straight 3 years in a row. So Gartner has awarded us for being one of the best ERP in education space available in the market globally. So moving on, so how did the technology innovated itself? As the famous scholar Socrates once said, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. When I heard this saying, I thought, how to build the new? Well, the new comes in only when we understand what is lacking in the old, or sometimes what is not present in the old at all. Therefore, replacement of old becomes necessary. Not because it was not effective, but maybe because it is not effective today. Thinking about the current situation. And this has been my drive and desire ever since to get the new systems up and running, which are effective today, and hence our journey so far. So the recent pandemic, which broke and sent us all in a stay inside and stay safe situation with social distancing and other security measures of utmost importance, COVID gave us an invitation to shut down the world and shut the doors to business. But we at APAR politely declined to accept that and opened up new possibilities to venture into education world. And along comes the Microsoft as our very favorite company, giving us our very favorite tool of the millennium, which goes by the name of Microsoft Teams. Now this Teams may be a very corporate word for you people, and since we are working into education, we were hearing more from the customers to give them an alternative to keep the impartment of study steady and ongoing. So we took the Teams and converted this into an educational online enablement kit. As fancy as it may sound to you guys, when we did the demos of the system to the customers, its overall concept of bundling up online classes with management perspective and topping it up with brilliant analytics and business intelligence was somehow really appealing to our customers. So in the world of fast services today, the concentration is on a platform which could serve the need with slow internet connection. So if I have to rate my top 5 queries or requirements that I am getting from education sector clients. It will be as shown in my presentation slide right now. So these are the 5 requirements that the customer is crazy about these days. The first is smooth streaming of online live classes facility. Second is management of overall classes with classes information that are currently running at a single glance and at a single screen basically. Now the third is platform which can run on low bandwidth internet and which can also be accessed through mobiles. See, mobility is a very important feature these days. The fourth would be functionality like whiteboard or writing surfaces, etc. is also of utmost importance to the customer today. Now fifth is a solution which runs the classes and not individual subject lectures. So there are many competitors in the market too. So the question was how and why we are different and advanced from the other free platform or from other paid services which are available in the market at the moment. So moving on to my next slide. So answering to all of these questions, here is what we have launched in the market with Teams collaboration platform. So first, we provided them with an admin portal to create and manage all the classes. The management is on one admin level, then distributed on each faculty level from there on. Secondly is we created the whole infra of schools and channels and provide the facility for students to come and join the classes with one link, and teachers can also change the lectures as they would normally do in the regular classrooms. Now the third is we also added the concept of timetable, lesson plans and assignments to the bundle so that all of that along with the study material management can be managed at the central and single UI level so that it's easy for the teachers and the students to actually access the system. So not just this, the fourth is we also gave them the functionality to get their notification channel up and running because they would also need more information to be sent through SMSs with this offering, of course. So the fifth point, and all of these functions are paid through UPP, which is our unified payment portal, where they can avail the services of making their student pay fee online without any upfront or implementation charges. And last but not the least, we have added the portal for online assessment to make the offers more practical and useful for end customers. Now they can design their own questions, test papers, and have student practice or give actual tests online. Now by mixing the feature of student management system like Elite SIS and then enabling an online kit over it, we have now been successfully able to transform the education style of more than 50 schools in less than 1 month time frame. So to make the offer a complete SaaS package with our Elite SIS, we have also added training for the teachers and then business hour support for next 6 months and email IDs also for all the teachers and students into the package. And all of this is being implemented for a single school in a total of 4 working days from the data collection 4 point. So I'm sure I would have been able to sow the seeds of advancement in many of you by now, and look forward for your feedback during this webinar session and hope to keep in touch with you post the webinar too. So thank you for your patience, and please do not hesitate to contact me. I'll be more than happy to revert to you at the earliest. With that, I would like to hand it over to Prashansa to introduce our next speaker. So have a good day, guys. Prashansa, over to you now.
Thank you, Kritika. Thank you so much for bringing across the insights. I'm sure the education audience here can actually relate to each and every functional component of a solution which you have provided here? Well, I definitely could. Thank you so much. Now, as I mentioned earlier, please keep typing your questions in the chat box. Any queries which you all have, please type them so that we can take them up in the QA slot and nothing is missed out. Now, without wasting further time, I would like to invite our second speaker, Mr. Danish Azam, who is our territory head for the online payment solutions. Mr. Danish Azam, over to you.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you, Prashansha, Kritika, for such an informative sneak peek into the dangers of COVID and how it is impacting us in both latent and visible ways. You know, the saying, when the going gets tough and the tough gets going, resounds true to us now. And since the dawn of mankind, we have faced diseases, physical calamity, and mass extinctions. Still, we as human always stood tall, always towering above nature, always have had the survival instincts of a true hunter, say gatherer. We have not only survived, but also thrived and made huge progress in every realm. At some point, it won't be an exaggeration to say that we have successfully humanized the nature. The ordeal is no different than the one we faced in the 1920s. And no was the two world wars that we have seen so far. So with this renewed optimism in my heart that we will triumph, come what may, begin the webinar on changing dynamics of fee payment during COVID-19 pandemic. Day-to-day activities, I'll, and we as a full citizen, decided to abide by it. But the real question, has the problem abated? Has the threat been mitigated? Have we actually developed herd immunity? Well, the medical community knows it better. But speaking frankly, all I know is that situation is bad and we must innovate to survive these testing times. COVID has affected all walks of our life, be it production, transportation, distribution, value chain, supply chain, even marriage. It is neither indifferent nor pandemic. We have exams are being postponed. Management in a fit whether to without exams or to oppose any such guidelines by HRD ministry on grounds of parents are afraid in case if school reopens in July. Teachers, students, management, staff, they all find it very difficult to commute to school. There is no learning going on? Public life. It is a master stroke. What is ordinary shores of the world largely
Hello, Mr. Danish. Sorry to interrupt you in between. We are hardly able to listen to you. If you can please adjust your mic a bit.
Hello.
Yeah, much better. Thank you. While Mr. Danish is actually trying to set up his things and just the backend team is also checking for the connectivity.
Am I audible?
Keep your questions here. Yes, so we have Mr. Danish available back. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Danish. We're eagerly waiting to hear you.
Am I audible? Am I audible?
Not very clear.
Okay. Shall I start? Okay.
Yes, please.
So I don't know till where you actually heard me, because I was discussing about the medical. Speaking frankly, I was actually talking about the medical community. So did you guys hear till medical community, or I just need to know, because I was actually going with the flow. I didn't realize that Hello. Hello.
Hello. Mr. Danish, I think we can accommodate you in the next slot. In the meantime, we can actually solve the connectivity issue. I would till then request our other speaker to start the session, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, it's okay with me. Am I audible now?
Yeah. It's better, but we'll continue from your thing after we have the other speaker finished his slot. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Danish. Whatever we have, heard till now, I'm sure the payment gateway solution is actually quite innovative, and we'll get to hear more of it in coming 15-20 minutes. So now, without wasting further time, I would request our next speaker, Dr. Shio Shankar Singh, who is the ex-Vice Chancellor of Veer Kunwar Singh University and the Chairman of Kids Campus Academy, who is one of our customers. Welcome, sir. Over to you. Thank you, sir, for the kind words. And actually, we are also lucky enough to have you as the customer who has been so supportive. And thank you so much for taking out time to come and attend this webinar. Now, I would like to invite back our second presenter, Mr. Danish, who will continue with the payment solution we were talking about. Mr. Danish?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Danish, you can continue now.
Okay. So I was actually saying something about masterstroke. You know, what is masterstroke? It is a non-obvious method of doing things. It is taking ordinary shores of life and designing systems that do it efficiently. Then such systems are extended over larger realms. Masterstrokes, they cut across the odds and even on the trading ground. Next question that you would be thinking is, what has Masterstroke got to do with this webinar? At Apartech, we have a saying, as the earth simply can't stop revolving, so Apartech can't stop innovating to meet the dire needs of today's educational setup. EUPP module, which I will discuss in subsequent slide, is a master stroke by the team APAR in solving both simple and complex issues of today's student information management. Against the above premise, I would like to give you a glimpse into our popularity. We have witnessed, do you see, in the PPT? Hello. Tanisha, not this, hello, not this one. The first diagram, the first one. Yeah, thank you. So we have witnessed, an exponential growth in UPP acceptance and absorption across various institutions compared with the first trimester. It is, however, a simplistic graph of our rocketing success over the months of sake of understanding. We have seen a greater appreciation and even faster adaptation of our products like UPP and Elite SIS video conferencing system by the institutes, schools, and offices in the second trimester of 2020, as compared with the first trimester. You see in that diagram. Brand consciousness and UPP preference is clearly visible in our customers. It is owing to the unbreachable security, seamless connectivity, and ease of use as compared to other products flooded in the market. Elite SIS video conference software is also seen in conjunction with the UPP and has also witnessed a favorable market bias over platforms like Zoom. And we all know that Zoom had many data leak and privacy breach. The phenomenal preference for UPP also comes as a pleasant surprise to us, as none of our on-ground gladiators, that is sales and marketing reps, physically visited any institutions for any sales. We think that lockdown gave a favorable tasting ground to these customers to test our product. And another important insight that we had was in the field of banking preferences by the people. COVID pandemic has brought some, brought some forth some interesting observations. Stakeholders are fed up of brick and mortar over-the-counter banking model. They also feel that OTC banking is a monumental waste of time. It is not friendly to all demographics. For example, old age people or differently abled or mentally underdeveloped people, etc. Stakeholders want to do banking from the comfort of their study table at the push of a button. It gives them a sense of immediate gratification. Stakeholders want transparency, traceability of data, record retrieval, seamless guaranteed payment, and convenient banking to avoid long queues, inclement weather, the hardship of wasting fuel in physically visiting the bank branch, even if somehow the will higher and reach the counter. Well, UPP capitalizes on consumers and gives them a UPP is an online fee payment management built on Microsoft Dynamics 365 for schools, colleges, and other additional centers. It's an innovative move for instant fee. If I were to surmise in a line, UPP means student CRM plus it's a fee management system and not just fee payment system. It incorporates features of student customer resource management, institute enterprise resource planning, and a payment gateway. And when I say payment gateway, it is hello. Hello. If you would see in the in the PPT, there's this diagram that shows payment gateway is a minuscule quadrant, a small quadrant in UPP. UPP is different from the normal payment gateways. It is a comprehensive framework of payment portal and record keeping, backed by the foolproof blockchain. And I would also like to tell you the 8 unique features of UPP. The number one, backed by blockchain. As blockchain is an online foolproof accounting system wherein every ledger entry is verified by all the nodes connected on the framework. So hence it removes duplicity of labor and any fraudulent transactions. Number two, robotics process automation. The real term, as I would call it, big data and AI enablement. EUPP uses gigabyte of big data and state-of-the-art artificial intelligence and automation to improve customer satisfaction, experience, and even safety. Mobile application for customer loyalty and better customization of support functions. What you get on the web is also available on mobile. Niche products. We believe education is the bedrock of a nation. Our efforts and the plethora of services that we offer are geared at achieving this goal. It is our dream that all ancillary functions may be outsourced to us by the schools and the students. And they better focus on imparting and receiving quality education. Even in our reach is global, GLOCAL, local. That is, we think globally and act locally because of the niche products we offer. Also, UPP has achieved a level of sophistication to customize as per user requirements. Chatbot, another feature. For real-time problem solving, due to our blockchain and AI adaptation, we predict a 6 sigma level accuracy. Yet, if some problem arises, we are but a click away with chatbot. Reminder and notification. We expect you as a loyal customer to leave all your mind-boggling jobs to UPP. We track your payment record, safety and privacy, all taken due care due to blockchain, AI, and Six Sigma approach, like already mentioned. Built on MSD 365 and hosted on Azure, it ensures that we never go dark, never run into bugs, never hang or get corrupted. All data are hosted on MS Cloud. It infuses robustness to our UPP system. Now, in the third diagram, you see on the PPT, let us see what UPP has to offer, what to whom. An illustration here in the form of infamous pyramid actually. It shows that there is convergence of interest and aspiration of students and with the
Mr. Badish, we have lost you again.
the fee management. Yeah, Prashancha, am I audible?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, now you are.
I could hear your yes exactly after 3 seconds when I say, am I audible? So I think there is actually some challenge in the reception or network. I don't know, but anyway, we should be audible at the end of the day to each other. Institutes benefit in following: online fee payment, admin rights, books, uniform, admission forms, merchandise, extracurricular activities, fee payment, fine calculator and late fee collection modules, advanced T plus one, multi-currency to analyze data college-wise, course-wise, course section-wise, time-wise, with respect to fee and its compliance. Student benefit in following ways: online payment, students account rights, a 360-degree view to access profile, payment history, and pending fee details. Anytime fee receipt download, dashboard for ergonomics. How do parents benefit in the following ways? I'll tell you. Online fee payment is advanced part payment, notifications and reminders for payment dates, due amount, etc., payment of fine, late fee, extracurricular, etc., spend analyzer, upfront record retrieval, avoid standing in the queue. Parents and students can access the payment options across screens like PC, laptop, tablet, mobile, etc. They can save on penalty, late charges, as a fee can be paid anytime. No issuing check for payments, lost check, check returned due to errors, real-time confirmation of the fee payments, payment counter, which is UPP open 24/7, 365 days, pay fee and other type collections like picnic, bus, annual function across channels and touch points from anywhere. They can pay using multiple payment modes on one place: net banking, credit card, debit card, wallet, UPI. Probably the most important feature, UPP has a portal to connect parents with the non-banking financial corporations, NBFCs, for meeting the unexpected surge in financial liability vis-a-vis school payment. UPP has a pro bono tie-up with these NBFCs, and through UPP, parents can apply for loans for fee payment and other payments. All sort of KYC documentation, credit worthiness, EMI calculation, comparison, outstanding loan, they can be obtained through UPP loan features on the dashboard itself. This arrangement with the organized banking sector shields less privileged students from subprime loans and predatory lenders. And having said that, we also have this book selling and merchandise features within the UPP, plethora of services. But from purchasing book to ordering merchandise, online, these services have been developed in the system to facilitate institution, students, parents for seamless experience. We have onboarded publisher, wholesalers, distributors, and there are academic books that subcategorizes into higher, medium, and primary level. They are, when listing is done by the book distributor or institutes, we ensure that books are described appropriately, and we implement UPP, in an institution, the system is integrated into their website of a school or college for parents to visit and order books straight. And about merchandise, just 16 years ago, logo T-shirts and branded merchandise were reserved for rock stars and the pop culture elite. And fast forward to 2020, all you'll need is a couple of thousand followers and a winning attitude to launch your own successful merch line. With smarter UPP technology and a variety of new mechanisms already in the system, we have made it easier than ever before to reach and monetize from the audience. UPP can help you turn your student base into new revenue streams. Any product suitable for printing can be sold as merchandise on school or college website. It is often the product student can wear for promotion. For example, if one of your students wear a cool T-shirt with the name of your school on it, someone else may see it, look for your school, and may turn up for inquiry into admission. And I'll also tell you a latest experience of a school who used our product during COVID-19 and how did we make life easier for the school. Well, we all know COVID has been a life changer for every stakeholder in the education sector. The school which once used to stop children from using mobile and laptop are now using the gadgets to conduct online classes and ensure that the learning of the pupil is not hampered by the pandemic. Different schools face different problems during this pandemic, and they were provided with solutions which best tackle their problem. Even such school was Kids Campus Academy with 2 preschools, 1 middle school, and a high school. The problem which they faced was regarding fee collection and book distribution. They were worried about the health of their staff and was following the government notified SOPs to minimize the risk of their staff catching COVID. And cash being the most dangerous mode of transaction in this kind of highly contagious disease, it was discouraged by the school and was not accepted as a mode of payment from the parents. Although transactions by a way of using debit card found a place in government SOPs, but Kids Campus even stopped this mode of transaction as a POS machine would be used by different people, making vulnerable to COVID. So being our old client, they are already using our school management software for past 2 years. They reach out to us for payment solution. To solve this issue, APAR offered a UPP payment platform solution. Now school can collect the fee from the parents. Also, parents now can order books, stationeries, merchandise through UPP. And upon receiving the payment, the school delivers the product to their doorsteps following contactless delivery procedure. The best feature of book service that Kids Campus Academy acknowledged was the functionality to mark the different stages of logistics, by which a parent can keep a track of the stage of product and a timeline when they are going to get the book delivered. So, concluding by saying that APAR Tech, at APAR Tech, we don't believe in banality of ideas. We don't believe that our consumer concerns are small or big. We don't believe in standalone, atomistic, fragmented approach. We don't shy away from biting more than we can supposedly chew. There is nothing called a commonplace effort. What we believe is in matching the right software for your peculiar jobs, in that the banality of efforts produce poor ideals, in that grandeur is backed by endeavor. We believe in creating entangled relationships, creating services that crisscross multiple domains. No doubt, COVID has pinned us down, but what is our answer? Do we give up? Do we give in? Do we become complacent? Do we become domesticated? Do we forget our commitment to society? No, no, no. We march ahead. If it is a desperate times, let's answer it with innovative efforts. EUPP is a significant and firm step in that direction. We believe that as education is the fundamental right of every recipient, so fee collection is the fundamental right of every institution that is involved in imparting education or vocational training, etc. Rest assured, with APAR and UPP, your student management problems are taken care of even if everything else falls apart. In UPP, we believe we are creating a phenomena that will have boosting effect on the economy. As it rolls down the product life cycle curve, UPP will snowball into an unstoppable force and break open some windows of immense financial opportunity. For now, I can say with great enthusiasm that your educational and students management issues are being successfully tackled by UPP. Time begets not the question that whether should we join UPP, but how can we join it? It is said, a stitch in time save 9. So why the wait? Why going back and forth? Why look at inferior alternatives? It is said that we recognize great people and great ideas posthumously. Let's break this myth here itself. Let's give APAR and UPP the respect it deserves for its painstaking efforts in smoothing our ways of conducting business. Also, in the wake of this nefarious COVID-19, I invite you to join us in the roller coaster ride of financial prudence. I invite you to join us in changing the educational landscape. But above all, I invite you to be an organic part of this ever rising community of schools, colleges, office, and have joined our efforts against COVID-19. With this, I end my webinar and call upon other guests speaking to continue forth. Thank you so much, everyone here.
Thank you, Mr. Danish. Thank you so much. So we had a bit of glitches in the connection. I'm really awestruck by the list of features you have talked about. Had we ever thought that a small online fees management system can have so many features? Well, I had never. I'm sure this combination of Elite SIS
We are highly
and
distinguished.
You're welcome. I'm sure that this combination of Elite SIS and Elite UPP is bringing in the focus to B2B combined with the B2C model in this COVID-19 era, and it's definitely a solution which everyone should look forward to. I'm sure the education audience here is also on the same page with me and would definitely like to know more about the solution. Once again, thank you, Ms. Kritika, and thank you, Mr. Danish, for the informative session. I'm sure Elite SIS and EUPP combined are the new name of digital innovation in the education industry. Now, without wasting more time, I'm opening the forum for some questions. Looks like we have a few here. So I'll start with Miss Nancy Dhiman. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you please bring across your question? I see that you have a query regarding EUPP. Please put your speaker, unmute your speaker so that we can hear you. Thank you, Nancy Dhiman, Miss Nancy Dhiman. We have another question in waiting. This is from Mr. Shrikant Sharma. Mr. Shrikant Sharma talks about how we can actually get in touch with the team to see the demo. So, sir, at the end of the session, you will definitely be provided with the link. You'll receive an email also with the link of the product demos and also with the details of the contact person who will be connecting with you to showcase a demo and take things forward. Still, if you have any other details, you can please unmute your mic and we can talk about it. Thank you. So it looks like we have covered up all the questions. Mr. Mr. Danish and Ms. Kritika, do we have anything else which you would want to cover up and would want to tell the audience before we wrap up?
No, Prashansa, it's wonderful to be present for this webinar, and thank you. I do not have anything. Thanks.
I would like to congratulate. I would like to congratulate all the members, in forum. They took out their time. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much to the presenters, Mr. Kritika, Mr. Danish, and our esteemed guest, Dr. Devshankar Prasad. Thank you for taking out your time and coming here. And thank you to the audience who has actually taken out their time from their busy schedule to come and join us for this webinar. I'm sure you would have liked things here, and we actually appreciate you being here. And I would like to close this session with a few details. We are also having a series of webinars in continuation to this one. The next webinar which we'll be having will be on the perception of online services in the new normal in the schools during COVID-19. So we are having this webinar on 13th of June from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. You will get the invite link from our IT team, and we'll definitely look forward to see you there. Also, for any inquiries regarding the products which we talked about, we have the following spokes: Priyanka Chopra and Himani, who can be contacted for all these products we have talked about. You can please take these phone numbers. These phone numbers will also be provided to you in the thank you email, which you will be receiving shortly. And we look back to connect further with you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good day.